Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, April the 11th. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. All right, let's jump in. Crude oil, just getting into a short, its first trade of the morning. Getting 10 ticks to target 1 and 16 to target 2. Actually, that's second trade of the morning. First trade was get in sync on this short trade. It's set up back here at 841.56. Good morning. Welcome back, Miles. Good morning to you. And we do have plenty of time to get in sync with that. Unfortunately, that goes for a full stop out. 22 tick risk, so that's a 44 tick loss. We pick up 26 ticks on this trade, so we're down 18 and we will need to take the third trade. Market is open, and that long trade on the YM had gone too far. We have a potential for a long setup on soybeans, but we get a short setup, 93.7 3/4, and that just triggered in. And then it goes the other way. Sorry to say, 3 ticks is a big adjustment on that, but we get a full stop out and a reversal too long, a tick beyond the stop out, 97.50. We already had one rejection at 200, so hesitating around that 200 wouldn't have been a bad call, but we just got target 1 on the long, 12 ticks. What was our loss on the short? Risk of 14 ticks times 4 positions is 56 ticks. And 3 more ticks as we stop out at the break-even stop. So 15, we're still down 41. The YM with a short. $39 tick target 1. That's a pretty big trade. Lots of time on that one, so definitely should be in that trade. Russell set up early. And it all looks like it. Looks like it probably hit money management before we could have gotten an entry. Potential short trade on soybeans. We have the setup. One close above the balance line. We need another to cancel this out. Close below, so it's still, that trade is still valid. Hound Aussie is also in a long trade over here from 86.82. About 3.5 pip spread when we got in, so order would have been 85, about 85.5. take the spread adjustment on the buy side. So that would be the entry in this case. And a stop out on the pound Aussie. So we start off, and the crude trade out of its trailer. The YM is still short. Soybeans has picked up a long trade, 99.75. Short never triggered in. Money management and target one at 1501 3/4, and we just hit that. So we pick up 8 ticks there. Puts us down 33. So crude looking for another trade. Unleaded, this we had the short trade that went too far, hitting money management at about our start time. So going too far there. So we pick up the long. 58 tick target 1, 89 tick target 2, depending on which you're trading. Entry at 903, and it looks like we stopped out at 028, so 125 ticks on the trailer. 214 for target 2, 183 for target 1 traders. One and done session on unleaded. Nice big win there. And so we will and there we go to the micro NQ. 4-minute wait. So we pick up the long, and that unfortunately gives us a full stop out for a loss on trade number 1. And soybeans picking up 3 more ticks, stopping out on the break-even stop again, down 30. And looking for a new trade again. This looks like it's about to be another long trade. There it is. 0350, plenty of time. Soybeans long on trade number 3. Actually, trade number 4. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Soybeans is actually one and done. Oh, no, it wasn't. That's right. We took the loss on this initial short trade right here. I knew there was something that... So trade number 4, long on soybeans, trying to recoup our initial loss. YM is still short. Micro NQ catapult chart is also short. 129 flat. I wasn't watching for a pullback. We spiked through pretty hard. But if this comes back now, we definitely will be in. And we're definitely in. Setting new session lows on the micro NQ, or just pushing it down slightly. Nothing on the Russell yet. Nothing new on the pound Aussie yet. Hope you had a good trip, Miles. And money management on the micro NQ. Soybeans long, the YM is short, the micro NQ is short. Pound Aussie is flat, as is crude. And we got a crossover on the Russell, but it didn't get past the EMA, so the short trade was filtered out. Setup has to be beyond that 22 EMA custom trade plan. Micro NQ heading down. YM starting to head up. Our stop at 821, and I believe we just hit, yeah, target 2 on the micro NQ. That's a win. So that's 28.5 ticks. I'm sorry, 28.5 points. And YM trade stopping out. YM setting new highs. New session highs. Micro NQ setting new session lows. And the micro Russell just off of the session's highs it's just set. And good morning. Good morning, Mark. And good morning, Don. All right, this is a trade off the 200 EMA on crude. That's not part of the standard trade plan. I just have that on the chart to show possibilities there. And the Russell with a long trade. Definitely in it. Follow along this one just to see if it gets positive. Soybeans picking up a third target one. That one's worth another 12 ticks, so we're down only 18 now. Stop comes to 03.75 or 03 3/4. And it's already starting to trail at 04 flat. YM stopped out on its initial trade. 45 tick risk, 90 tick loss. That's going to take some work. And the Russell with target one, so move stops to 98.7. Entry was at 98.6. Looks like we touched target 2. Nothing to do there. First profit level is target 3. First take profit. Long on the micro Russell, short on the micro NQ. It's tug of war, which micro Russell going through session highs, as is the YM, and the micro NQ at session just off of session lows. So that's interesting divergence between markets there. And soybeans stopping out for 6 ticks this time, down to just 12 ticks, 12 tick deficit for our initial 56 tick loss. So 12 ticks down on soybeans, looking for another trade. And the micro Russell stopped out for a break even. See if we can get another push on the micro NQ, get down to target 3. That will get us to the positive side. Still down about 33.5 points after a full stop loss on the long, and getting a target 2 win so far on this second trade short. The full loss with all 4 positions on is a 62 tick loss, or 62 point loss. And good morning to you, Pamela. And a short trade now on soybeans. It just triggered in. That popped down and came back up. I don't know if we'd have gotten in that. If you're trading soybeans and didn't get in that, I would bring that down to 02.25. All right, still short on the micro NQ. 6 minutes and change to our crude oil. All right. We did get to our trail point on the micro NQ, so our stop is at 112 and a half, and we picked up a new short on the YM. And we are in the short, definitely in the short on soybeans. All right, so now we have the short. Trade off at 200 didn't go anywhere. That's not a trade plan trade, so this is our third trade of the session. Micro NQ stopping out 112.50. That was target one also, so, and that's another 16.5 points. So we get 45 points. And we're down 17 points. Actually, no, that's not. We get 16.5 times 3 positions. So that's 49.5. And that's enough to get us on the positive side. 49.5 plus the 28.5 gets us to 69, 77, 78 points. So plus 16 points. Stop and reverse possibility on soybeans. That'll be at 15.06 flat. Three and 3/4 point loss. So that's a 12-15 point loss if it gets to the reversal. $15 tick. So 60, a 15 point loss, 60 ticks if it gets there. YM rolling off. See if it'll get to target. And crude taking some heat on the short trade. And the YM with a winner. We were down 90 ticks. That is 37 tick target, so we're down 53. And the micro Russell with a short trade. And it looks like time to get in that one on the, yeah, there we're definitely in the Russell trade. And we did reverse, so down 72 on soybeans. On our last trade. On the trade plan. And another trade off the 200 EMA for crude. We're not going to, that's not a trade plan trade, so we'll leave our stop at 80.36. And we get a full stop out. Losing session on crude this morning. And we are in the 10 a.m. session. All right, soybeans. Soybeans is long, the YM is short. YM stop at 801. Micro Russell is short. This is a larger trade. This is a 3.7 point risk, and that actually our earlier trade was a little bit larger than usual with a wick. This one's a pretty good size wick. Target 1, 2.5 points. There's a standard trade. Yeah, so that's bigger than our normal target 2, almost even to target 3. So I would say target 2 is our, 4-point target 2, so that will be our first target objective. And crude taking off the long side at 10 o'clock. And we have a potential stop and reverse to long on the Micro Russell. YM with a long stopped out at Stopped out at 796 from our entry at 807, so 11 ticks there. 37 on target, so 48 of our 90, so we're still down 42. And we have a 40 tick target 1. So target 1 will pretty much get us even if we get a long, and that is just below the session high. Russell reversing to long. Yeah, we need 1800 flat for money management. All right, target 1 is only 12 ticks. It takes 14 to get to break even point. That is our minimum to go break even. All right, soybeans long, the YM is long. Crude waiting for another trade. And we got to the 99.8. We need 2 more ticks to come to break even. And there it is. So stop to 98.7. Actually, our stop and reverse, I would have taken it at 98. Yeah, about 99.1 actually. So we have not hit money management. That would be needs to be 1800.5. And there is actually our break even. So 99.2 or 98.9 actually with the key level adjustment. No, that would be, yeah, it would still be 99.2. That's not a major key level. The 1800 would be a major key level. Micro Russell's setting a new session high, picking up another tick or two. And a stop and reverse exit now on soybeans. 03.5. Would end the session. Target 2 achieved on the Russell. Looking for target 3. Almost there. 012. Target 3 is 013. Missed it by a tick. That's one of those you would want to get some profit out of it. Getting in within 1 tick of target. Make that be a positive, more than just a break-even trade. It's going to start trailing on this bar anyway. Well, I say it will. It might. If the bar closes down, it might get below that EMA. It's a 10 EMA that it's going to trail. And we did get down to our break-even stop. So does close out for that. We should close it out. Should have gotten something for the target 3. We missed it by 1 tick. And soybeans did stop out, or did reverse, hit the reversal exit. So that is done. That's a losing session there. YM is back just above the entry. 806 was our entry. A down close on crude will set up a short trade. That'll be our first trade of the 10 a.m. session. 9 a.m. session was a loss. It was a losing session. Not too many of those. Crude does pretty good on Spotlight, staying in the 75 to 80% session win rate with our basic trade plan. And a new short trade on the MNQ. $0.90 flat for the short entry. Market indices kind of going sideways. Not sure where they're going at the moment, looks like. Okay, no short trade. 1, 2, 3, 4. Too many bars. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would have set up on the 6th bar. So too far beyond too many bars from the exhaustion dot, so no trade. And market's diverging again. Micro Russell and the YM both pushing up, and the Micro NQ pushing down. And money management on the Micro Russell, so that will be at least a break-even trade. 89 3/4. Sideways action. Slow motion movement. And the Micro NQ. We touched the stop. break-even trade. Picks up a point, so we're up 17 points. One loss, one win, one break even. There is an SMA trade on crude, 80.66. And there's a chance to get in that, so definitely in it. YM is still long, potential short on the Russell, micro Russell. We got a swing at 97.3. I'd take that to 97.2 for the entry on the Russell, micro Russell. $95.8 for break even. And another big short trade. Target 2 for the take profit on this one. Interesting. Micro Russell starting a downward push. Micro NQ trying an upward push. And the YM just going sideways. We're going nowhere. Russell long from 80.66. Now the micro Russell and the micro NQ both showing upward pushes. Reversing long trade at the full stop on the micro Russell and a long trade on the micro NQ. Should be in the micro long on the micro NQ. Still short on the micro Russell. So micro Russell is still short, the micro NQ is long, and the YM is long. YM trying to break out of that sideways and get to money management. And there's money management on the YM. Stop will come to 807. Actually, stop is going to come a whole lot higher than that. It's probably going to go to about 823. I'm going to pick up at least 17 ticks when it moves on the. And that's 2 positions on. That's 34 of our 42. Getting very close to break even. Yep, there you go. Stop on the YM at 823. That's a 17 tick gain. Times the 2 positions would be 34 ticks. So we need another 5 ticks. Need to be at 828 to get positive on this and make our POQ on the session. And that's without getting, if we get target 1, we're definitely POQ. Target 1 at 846. We got as high as 843. So one more little push. Get us up above that swing high. 824. So we're down just 6 ticks. Now this is a case I might go ahead and push to 28, trade for profit and get out of the session, at least break even. Getting to 44, 2 ticks away. At this point, I definitely would get to 28. Push your stop up to 28. Make it the last trade of the day. That will get you to 2 ticks positive. At minimum. 2 more ticks. Myers just can't push it up that session high. Our target's 2 ticks below the session high, but we're just not able to get up there. Getting down to 29. And there's 28, stopping out. That does put us at POQ. 2 ticks positive on the session. Actually, not a bad result considering we lost 90 ticks on that first trade. 2 trades to get us back to even. I mean, given how slow this market has gotten, I wouldn't want to stick around. Crude stopped out for a break even. 1 tick. And then picks up another long trade. Russell still short. Crude trying to push up to new session highs. And the Russell heading down now. All 3 market indices with a downward push. Getting close to the stop out on our micro NQ long. The long trade on the micro Russell did cancel. And because of the large trade, we're already trailing on the Russell. 97.7 for the current stop. And full stop out on the micro NQ. I didn't see how long that waited around. Okay, definitely too fast initially to have picked it up, but got another chance, and we are in the short on the micro NQ. Micro Russell targets 2 and target 3 on a big trade, trailing at 95.1. Have a good one, Pamela. And of course, the market's going to make a liar out of me now. I was talking about it moving so slow, is time looking to step aside, and now it's taking a hard downturn on all three market indices. Taking a little hesitation here. Russell picking up 3.6, so 8.6 points on targets 2 and 3. Entry was 97.4, and our stop currently is 94.6. So another 2.8 points there. Have a good one, Miles. We will be back tomorrow. Regular session 9:30, and crude oil inventory at 10:30. Since the holiday this weekend was on Friday. Market indices trying to resume their down. No, maybe not. They're in a definite pause, trying to figure out which way they're going to go. We'll see which way this resolves, and then we'll call it a morning, I suspect. Micro Russell went almost all the way to the stop and now has gone through 3 targets. And crude going up through its 10-tick target. Stop comes to 80.77. That was at 80.76. For the entry. Yeah. So that will be a POQ trade. Getting target 1, but that's also a second money management. So However you slice it, that's POQ. One position remaining. Target 2 at 80.92. Missed that by one tick. Do you trade for profit there? Looks like it went up and came back down to target 1 pretty quick. So if it gets back up to 81, I would give it 3 to 5 seconds. If it doesn't push on through 92, I would get out of there. Close that second position down. Don't take a chance on it coming all the way back to break even stop. Yeah, it looks like about my audience is about gone too, so we'll give this a couple more minutes to see if these things resolve, and then we'll call it a morning. Kind of a tough day this morning. YM was a break even. 9 a.m. crude was a loss. 10 a.m. was a win, but not enough to cover the 9 a.m. loss. Or 10 a.m. will be a win. You just don't know how much. Micro Russell stopped down to 94.1, 3.3 points. Approaching target 4. Actually, targets 2 and 3 were our targets. This is just a 3-position trade. So we pulled those back from 3 and 4, normally 3 and 4, but I would have pulled them back from 3 and 4 with this larger than usual trade. And we went it back up to 91 again. I would definitely be out of that crude trade. Take my 15 ticks and go home. Too many charts to keep an eye on. But if you're trading something and you want to keep your eye specifically on that market. New session low on the micro NQ. And target 4 is achieved on the micro Russell. All right, folks. I believe it's time to call it a morning. Trailing at 92.6 on the micro Russell. Still working on getting down to target 1 for money management on the micro NQ. Target 1 down at 61.50, 61.5. We've gotten down as low as 62.25. 3 more ticks. And as I said, I would have been out of the second position on crude, and it did come back and stop out at break even. So that was definitely the right way to go. It was only one. only 1 tick difference, so there really wasn't a major reason to stay in it. And money management on the micro NQ, 77 3/4. Our entry was 78. So this is at least a break even. And the Russell, that micro Russell, down to 91.1 for the trailer. Money management on the YM trade that we're not a part of. Actually, if you didn't adjust and trade for profit, that would be a valid trade. And now the stop is at 792 from 803. That's 11 ticks. So you're definitely going to be positive now. So this will definitely be a POQ trade. And stopping out for 22 tick net gain on that trade. And we were down, let's see, if you took it at 24, we were down 6. So 16 tick gain, a little bit better than having traded for profit. But you had the risk, you were exposed to that additional risk if you did so. All right, and the micro Russell stopping out at 91.1. $10 a.m. crude is finished. YM is finally done. So I'm going to call it a morning. Regular 9:30 session tomorrow, and then the crude oil inventory session at 10:30. Everyone have a good one, and we will see you tomorrow.